Welcome to Fourth for Growth Live. I'm Ricardo.
I'm Courtney, and thank you for joining us. Today, we are going to be talking about taking the leap of faith. So stay tuned. As well, it's Monday, and it's not Monday, you guys. Okay, it's Wednesday. Let's try that again. Take two. Okay, it's Wednesday, you guys. So hashtag hump over your hurdle. So welcome to our Wednesday tradition. And so whatever your to-do list looks like, I want you to take the most scary thing and conquer it right now. Just if you're fearful, cool, do it anyway and just charge at it because that will make everything else on your list easier to do. So that's our hump day tradition. So hump over your hurdle, hashtag hump over your hurdle.
Hashtag hump over your hurdle.
Yes, but let's get started. Okay, what do you got for us, Ricardo?
All right, Courtney. Today is all about taking a leap of faith.
Yes,
Whew.
I'm excited about
Man, I know, like, it's like making me a little nervous. I got a few butterflies in my stomach on this one,
this.
Courtney.
Really?
A little bit, yes.
Mm,
Because
okay.
usually I just jump blindly without faith.
Oh, I
And
guess that's a good
that's
point.
the truth. Like, I just jump blindly. I'm just like, let's just go for it and see what happens.
Hmm.
Because I have a whole spiel about hope, which we won't get into right this second, maybe later when it comes up organically.
Yeah.
However, I just kind of just go for it,
Hmm.
right? And I'll just like, well, if it's not meant to work, I'm gonna make it work.
Yeah.
So I don't really think that's jumping in faith.
Everything you just said tells me that your faith in yourself, that
Oh,
muscle's really strong. So actually, everything you just said to me sounds like you are in absolute faith. Like you just know you don't need faith in the situation because you have faith in yourself. You see?
ah, good point,
I
Courtney.
would challenge you on that, my friend.
Well,
Yeah.
great challenge. Challenge accepted.
Yes. There you go.
I
So let's,
appreciate that.
okay. So can you remember a time where you needed to have faith in yourself or faith in something? And can you take me back there? Like, what was your self talk like?
Man, let's see. Well, it happens all the time. Every time before we get here and record, I'm like, I gotta like, okay, we're gonna get it done, right?
Yeah.
So every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for about a year now, which it'll be a year June 1st. So I'm
Woo-hoo.
excited about that anniversary.
Yes.
Um, Having a leap of faith, like when we get-togethers, when we host our meetings, when I'm putting content together for our circle of success, baskets. Oh my goodness, that's a big one.
Yeah.
That's a huge one.
I believe that.
That's a huge one.
Hmm.
But it's out there, right? It's out there. You got to believe in yourself.
Yeah.
You got to believe in yourself. And see, that's where I got confused because when you're saying taking a leap of faith, it's like you're trusting the universe to catch you.
Hmm.
And I'm kind of like, okay, well, not that I don't believe in the universe, not that I'm not spiritual, not that I'm not anything like that, but I know
Hmm.
that it all comes to me.
Yeah. Is there a difference between faith in yourself and trust? Or are they the same thing?
Faith in yourself is deeper.
Yeah. I
Like
agree.
let me see. I trust myself that I'm gonna throw this napkin. I'm holding up a napkin. I trust that I'm gonna throw this napkin in the trash. I have faith that it'll get to the trash truck, to the recycle, to the right places in order to be disposed of properly.
That's true. I've never thought about that difference. And so I'm trying to figure out how I feel about that right now myself. But yeah, that's a great point.
A little bit deeper. It's a
Yeah.
little bit deeper. It's like an overall faith that it will work out to the very end and beyond.
Hmm. Yeah.
It's almost like you have to trust yourself in order to take that leap of faith.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think we should bring up real quick if anyone has not seen this video, but Steve Harvey has an amazing video from after an episode of Family Feud one day. He just started giving a speech. And so I believe if you search on YouTube, like Steve Harvey just jump or Steve Harvey jump, you'll
Oh
find
yeah.
it. And there are many copies of it. And he tells the story about you got to jump, you got to jump. But he goes into detail about when you jump off that cliff, the parachute won't open right away and you're going to hit some rocks and you're going to get some scratches and some scrapes and some injuries and but eventually with faith in yourself, right? And with taking the next step, taking the next leap, you're going to build up that muscle to where your parachute will open. And
Mm.
God can't not give you what you want. The universe can't not give you what you want when you're living it, and having that faith. And so if anyone needs some extra boost, that is just a great video. I try to watch it at least once a year since I discovered it.
That's nice. That's nice. I'll add that to the end of the audio version. I'll go find it and add that audio to the end of this. So
Love
for
it.
our audio listeners, stand by at the end. I will clip in the Steve Harvey audio for what Courtney was talking about.
Yeah. Thank you for improvising on that. Yes.
So Jesse here says faith, complete trust or confidence in someone or something.
Mm,
Complete trust.
yeah.
Complete trust is the difference. That's the differentiator.
Yeah. I like how it's a noun. It just is, where trust is more verb. Well, trust can be a noun too, but when I think of it, faith just, it is,
It
meaning it's
is.
already
I
done.
think that's it. That's like it is. Dot dot dot.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay. So
Okay.
Courtney,
Yes.
Saturday or was it Sunday? I don't remember. The
Sunday.
the what inspired this topic. So we were hosting a little party at our house this weekend, and Courtney was over. And I have this rebounder at my house, and we also have this giant Love Sack bean bag. And the bean bag is a little bit tall for Courtney, like it's almost as tall as she is. And so she had to like really jump up to get in there and get situated.
Yeah.
So she decided to get on the rebounder and jump on the beanbag.
Yeah.
And she was
Strategically, it had a trampoline right next to it. What other choice did I have, you guys?
no choice, no choice. And then she said, Ricardo, roll it over closer. And then I did, but when I did, I was like, wait a second, why am I rolling it over closer? What's the point of that? So she jumped on it. I'm like, no, get out, get out of the beanbag. So I made her get out of the beanbag. And then I rolled it further away, literally almost all the way across the room.
Yeah,
And
like
Courtney's
5
like,
feet farther than I originally had it. And I'm
so,
5 feet
yeah.
myself. Like, that's my entire body length.
And then Courtney says, no, that's far enough. And what did I do? I
You
rolled it
scooted
even just a little bit further after she said, that's far enough, stop. I was like,
back.
nope, let's go even just a little bit further because that's when she told me to stop. So
Yeah.
she's jumping on the rebounder that's designed to jump vertical up and down, and she has to figure out how to maneuver to jump across.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about that, Courtney.
Okay, yeah. So it was okay, so right before what okay, so I was just gonna do this when nobody was around. Like nobody was in the room, everybody was mingling in the kitchen, and so nobody was supposed to see me. I was just gonna take like a running jump and be like, oh poop, that was fun. And, so you notice or somebody notices or whatever. And so you and Julian were there to quote unquote catch me, but let's be real. And so yeah, I just really couldn't figure out like how to get the mechanics done of it. But anyway, so with the encouragement of you guys, of course, gave it a shot and I made it. And it was so fun. It was so fun. So it's just that as soon as I did it, it's that little kid being like, let's do that again. But I realize that, it doesn't always have to be big leaps in your life that are meaningful, right?
Mm,
It can be tiny jumps that are meaningful. It can be big, massive ones. So to me, it just really highlighted like, am I really jumping? Am I taking a fun jump daily? Do I even think jumps are fun? Or are they big, scary things because I'm an adult and I'm responsible, or working to be a responsible adult, whatever spectrum your own opinion is of yourself, but it's like, where are you actually jumping? And so, I mean, I'm literally meaning as simple as jumping in a puddle, like being like, oh, boom, or jumping on a trampoline, with your kids, or jumping
yes.
off of a rebounder onto a giant beanbag sack, and it's a muscle too. It's a muscle. So I don't know. So I just noticed that right away that I was like, I could do a lot more little jumps every day. And maybe perhaps that would make the giant jumps less giant, right? Because it's all the meaning I put in my head. So I'm deciding what a little jump is and a big jump is, right? So
Yes.
it's just all that breaking it down to be like, whew, is this mindset empowering me or disempowering me? And really dissecting that. And I, Courtney, choose to take more jumps, little jumps, more just fun jumps. Like metaphorically speaking and literally, your lymph
Mhm.
system could use the help. So,
So let me ask you this, Courtney. Let me give you the definition first. Trust, firm belief in the reality, truth, ability, or strength of someone or something.
mm,
Firm belief in the reality, truth, or ability.
yeah.
Did you trust that you were going to make it across the room? Because it was a good leap. I'm not going to lie. It was a good leap.
It was a good leap. I was positive I was gonna face plant. So, I mean, yeah, no, I
I
didn't
was
have
too
trust
kind
in
of. I was
myself.
like, I was a little worried. I was
I
like,
noticed
oh
that
my
your
goodness.
arms were there's video of this, you guys. Thank you, Dusty. So, if you're in our Firewalkers group, go check it out. But your arms were trying to follow me to make sure you would catch me, but it was literal wouldn't have worked. So,
Ooh,
um,
get this. If you follow us on Instagram or Facebook at Force for Growth, I will be posting that clip on our social media. So make sure you follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Force for Growth to
yeah,
watch this amazing leap across.
thank you. Thank
There
you.
you go. But it was not a small leap. It
No, it
was not a
wasn't, and
small, it
so
was
I
not.
had to have faith, but it was like, "You know what? I'm here. I have the support." If it was the thought that, like, even if I did fall, y'all are right there to pick me up, right?
We
Like, y'all
would
would
have
at
picked
least
you up.
break half in my fall, kind of, right? Because Julian's so big and you were right there, like but so it was kind of like, "And if I do fall? And so what? Does that matter?" And so I was still willing to do it even if I fell, and that was kind of the moment in my head, and then I don't know, at one point, I was just jumping, telling myself I can't make it, and then I just suddenly flew,
So
and I
here's
made it.
this thing. I'll tell you one thing that I observed while you were jumping, and this is important when it comes down to taking a leap of faith. Hesitation. There was some hesitation there before you took that leap.
Yeah.
Like you were like, "Oh," but that's how life is, right? Like there's hesitation there. There's hesitation, and the longer you prolonged it, the scarier that it got, right?
Yeah.
And at some point, you had to just come and be like, "Okay, I'm just gonna do it now.
Yeah.
It's either now or never,
Yeah.
done or done."
Because the more you hesitate, the more you're envisioning face planning, whereas the more you just go for it, you have faith, right? So, it
Yes.
was just faith that I'll be okay. It wasn't faith that I would make it. It was faith that I would be okay even if I face planted.
What? What up?
Yeah.
Hold up, hold up, hold up. This is one of these moments where I have to say, stop,
Okay.
stop, stop, stop. Say that again.
Collaborate and listen.
Say,
Okay,
oh, yes.
yes.
Okay, Vanilla
If
Ice.
if it wasn't faith that I would make it onto the beanbag, it was faith that I would be okay whether I face planted or ended up on the beanbag,
Ooh,
which
ooh.
is something I had to it's something I need to acknowledge and strengthen in myself.
So it's not even about having faith that you're going to accomplish the goal, that you're going to make it to your destination, that everything's going to be hunky dory, rainbows, and sunshine. It's
That
just
sounds like
faith.
expectation.
It's just faith that it's going to be okay.
Yeah,
That regardless of what the outcome is, that it's going to work out and that it's going to be okay.
yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Like,
That's
yeah, what
powerful.
Jessie said, she said, "Great point. If you fall, what's the worst that can happen? You fall." Yeah, like, I'm not stories up or anything. I'm, like, in a living room with carpet. It could be worse.
Like it could be
Could
worse.
be worse.
It could be worse. But yeah, so what? Let's recap the steps. When you're getting ready to take a leap of faith, don't hesitate. Don't hesitate. Don't get in your head because what happens when you get in your head,
You're dead.
yes.
Yeah.
So don't overthink it.
Mhm.
And part two, it's not about having faith that you're going to have a certain outcome the way that you envision it or what you expect,
Right.
but that it's going to be okay.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, it's that whole be so certain of your outcome, flexible on everything in between. That's another way of saying give up the minute expectations. Give up Kyle Cease. I say it a lot on here, but I love it. They didn't break your heart, they broke your expectations. That's
Mm.
such a profound quote, but what are you doing to yourself? Your expectations on yourself. Like, okay, like pause. I am barely over 5 feet. So the fact that I expected it either way, it goes positive and negative, but like just expecting that you'll make it. Mechanically speaking, I had to jump higher and things like that, or expecting you can't, but so much of you actually making it is that faith in yourself. It has nothing
Yes.
to do with the mechanics, but we can talk ourselves out of things mechanically speaking, and that's how a lot of adults do things is they just really truly take kind of the magic and the creativity and the faith out of it. And then they're like, well, look at that on a piece of paper. That doesn't look like it'll work. But, how many things have we seen in life that on a piece of paper wouldn't have worked? But when, looking back at somebody's life story, they made it happen with faith.
What about the moments where we talk ourselves out of something that we do have the ability and the motivation to do? That
Mm,
we are truly capable of doing physically and mentally, but that little inch, that little bit, that little 1% of self-doubt starts to creep in, and that 1% acts like a gremlin that you add water to, and it just grows and grows and grows and grows and
yeah.
grows and overpowers the other 99% of the ability and the motivation to do it.
Yeah. Well, you just described the formula to break and destroy your self-confidence and self-esteem.
Mm,
You
yeah.
let that negative talk get bigger and bigger and bigger, and you don't keep the promises to yourself. You don't wake up tomorrow to meditate or to work out or to whatever. You don't have that glass of water right when you wake up. It's those little tiny promises you break to yourself that destroy your confidence in making bigger promises to other people or yourself. Like,
Yes.
I'm going to find the job I want, not the job I have, or stuff like that. If you can't conquer the mini moments, you're not going to conquer the big moments. So you just practice literally does make, well, I don't like the phrase perfect, but practice
Makes progress.
makes progress, and you need to be creative with the word practice. Like that can
Yes.
mean just like, I don't know, it if I'm sitting here stressed out at my desk and I'm somebody that never dances, turning on a song and just getting up and dancing for 3 minutes, that would be a jump because it's not your nervous system, your physiology is not used to doing that. But the only reason it's not used to doing that is because you've trained it to sit in a chair all day and to be grumpy, okay, and to
Mm.
slouch and to, so there's so much to it. And anyway, just keep going on that. So why not? Why not just get up and dance or play or move or jump or all kinds of things? And so I'm just really, I guess, discovering another layer of my inner child this week because it's just the lessons keep adding on to that jump.
Yes. I'll add one more thing here. Miguel Romero says, enjoy the process.
Yes.
Enjoy the process. Now, listen to that phrase very carefully. Enjoy the process. It doesn't mean enjoy the process when it's the process that you're looking for or the process that you expect. No, it means enjoy the process regardless of what that process brings.
Yeah.
It's not going to be enjoyable. It's not going to be fun. It's not going to be easy. It might be even challenging and complicated and convoluted.
Hmm.
But if you just remember to just enjoy the process, period, without any qualifiers,
Yeah.
whatever that brings into you, whatever happens from that, just enjoy the process.
Yeah. I love that. And especially because so many people will tell stories about their younger self and, oh, I thought this time was so bad. I really wish I would have enjoyed the moments more in this time. Or, when my children are younger, I really wish I would have cherished more time to play with them or stuff like that. And so it's understanding, yeah, you can't change the past, but you can change your future. So just stop the pattern, right? Like once you recognize that, take more moments enjoying, more moments, just getting enchanted where your feet are. Just stand where your feet are and what can you be grateful for, And Tony Robbins talks about, in his priming exercise, that's why you focus on 3 simple gratitudes.
Yes.
Because if you only focus on, well, I got a new car, I'm grateful for that, or only focus on giant or materialistic things, it's kind of defeating the purpose, but if you can focus on, oh, I can feel the sun on my skin. I'm alive. I can feel I have sensate, make sure it's something simple because if you can't enjoy the simple things and it has to be a giant thing to bring gratitude, you're just going on an uphill battle. That's all I'm saying.
Yes.
It's just going to be an uphill battle.
One thing you mentioned about the kids growing up so quick, I've been doing my best and being very intentional about connecting with Sebastian. And this morning I went to go, he likes cuddle time. That's the thing right now. It's cuddle time with the family. And I came to my office to work and got some stuff done, rocking and rolling at 5:45 or 6 a.m. this morning. Yay.
Yeah.
And then after I worked for about an hour, I went in there and lay down with him, and I was just there with him, just being present with no phone, no device, no nothing. And then I said, "Hey, let's go downstairs." And typically, I've been working on making him walk downstairs because I don't want him to get used to getting carried.
Mm,
But this time it just occurred to me, I'm like, here pretty soon, I'm not going to be able to carry him anymore,
yeah.
or he's not going to want to be carried.
Mm,
And I said, "Hey, come on, I'll carry you downstairs." And he's like, "You're going to carry me?" And I
mm.
said, "Yeah, come on." So I carried him down the stairs and put him in the bed. And I was just, every step that I took, I was like, wow, here pretty soon, I'm not going to be able to carry him. Here pretty soon, he's not going to just wrap himself around me like a little monkey and hold on tight because one, he's not going to want to, two, because I'm not going to be physically able to
Yeah.
carry him down the stairs. So I was just enjoying that moment.
Yeah.
I was just enjoying it.
That's special.
I was just enjoying it.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I got one more carry down the stairs in today.
There you go. There you go. If that's the last one, at least you know you cherished it. But then every single time will be a bonus because you've had
Yes.
that realistic.
Yes.
You know how special it is.
Whew, taking a leap
Yeah.
of faith, Courtney.
Ah.
Let's review the steps again one more
Okay.
time. So, when you're taking a leap of faith, one,
Don't hesitate.
don't hesitate.
Yeah.
Don't hesitate. Why? Because the more you think about it, the more there's a possibility that you're going to talk yourself out of it.
Yep.
And what do they say when you're in your head?
You're dead.
Boom, boom,
Yep.
boom. Number two.
What was number 2? I was about to say. I was waiting for you to say it.
I was waiting for you to say it. I wanted to
Uh,
see if you
It
knew
was
it.
just jump. Just
You know,
just jump. Jump. Go. Stop it.
trust in yourself and trust your ability.
Yeah.
Trust in yourself and trust your ability, right?
Hmm.
Just trust in yourself.
And just trust that it's gonna be
Okay.
okay either way. And you're a
Yes.
big proponent of that. There's so many things in my life that I'll be like, but what if this happens? All teary eyed. And you're like, so what if it does? And you'll
So
just
what?
stare me down.
It'll be
And
okay either way. That's number two.
yeah.
It will be okay either way.
Hmm.
Even if you face plant on the floor, it'll be okay.
Yeah. Get back up.
It'll be, yeah, get back up. And
Yeah.
even if you make it to your destination, it'll be okay, obviously.
Hmm.
And number three, trust the process.
Yeah.
Trust the process, right?
Yeah.
Trust the process. And again, I just want to make sure I add that little asterisk to trust the process or enjoy the process.
Yeah.
Sorry. Trust
Yeah.
the process, enjoy the process. And I want to add that little asterisk there to enjoy the process specifically because that doesn't mean that it's going to be the way that you expect it to be.
Hmm.
And it's still your responsibility to enjoy the process.
Yeah.
It's still your responsibility to trust the process. Even when it's like, oh, this is so hard. Oh, this is so challenging. Oh, I think I'm going to give up. I don't think I'm going to go for that. No, just trust yourself, trust the
Hmm.
process, trust that it'll be okay, and don't hesitate.
Hmm. Yeah. And then eventually you'll be doing this all over your life. It's not just
Correct.
one little tiny area. So, okay, journal time. I got one. So, make a list of 5 to 10 little jumps you can make in your life right now. You don't have to do them all, but I want you to have options so you can't complain that you can't think of one. Okay. But just think of 10. Like that could be, okay, on last episode, take your inner child out for ice cream, which would require you to take a break from work for 20 minutes, right? Something like that. So break your pattern in that way. I mean, if it looks like it's going to rain in North Texas today, so hopefully we'll get some puddles, but just what can you jump at and in and do in your life? And I'm specifically mean little ones, but if you want to put big ones, hey, high five. We're behind you for that too. So just, and all you're doing is you're practicing building your muscle, okay, which also takes the pressure off. So
Yes.
if you don't look at it like, oh, I'm going to change my whole life for the rest of my life, whoo, just break it down, make it easy. So it's not something you're going to want to talk yourself out of because it's big change, it's little change. And then you'll look back at your track record and you're like, wow, look at all this. Look at all the fun things I do, or, and you'll start thinking you're a lot more fun of a person because spontaneity, variety sometimes is missing from our lives.
So give me one, Courtney. Give me one leap of faith that you can take today.
Sign up for a class. Sign up for a class for something.
Ooh,
I
that's
like that
good.
because that takes you being willing to stick through something, but also just learn something new, which challenges our brain anyway. And so
Good.
it's probably something you've been talking yourself out of for a year, 5, 10. Take it.
Okay, I got a
5 years.
kind of funny / weird one. I've been telling everyone, hey, come follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Force for Growth. And now we're getting traction on the Instagram. And now
Woo!
I'm like, we got like over 300 followers now.
Mhm.
And it's kind of weirding me out. It's kind of freaking me out a little bit because it's like, okay, now I gotta, not that I wasn't creating good content, but now that there's more eyes on the content, it's like, oh, I'm starting
It
to get in my head. I'm
Yeah.
starting to get in my head. So now I have to really take a leap of faith that what I'm putting out there is going to be what people need to hear and what's going to resonate with our audience.
Mhm.
Right. Because I'm getting what I asked for.
I love it. And
And I got to go through the process. I can't hesitate. I got to
Right.
post. I got to post and get it done. I can't get in my head or I'm going to be dead. Right.
Mhm.
I got to trust that it'll be okay. That maybe every piece of content that I'm going to throw out there is not going to stick.
Yeah.
Right. But the right content will stick to the right person
And I
and
would
it'll
love to
be okay.
highlight an observation that a lot of people struggle with. So basically, we have gained, a chunk of followers pretty quickly, and you got them because they like the content they saw already.
Yes.
Why it's our human instinct to then be like, oh, what do I need to change and alter to keep them? So if you can just stay right there in the faith in yourself, in the faith and Force for Growth, the faith and our mission, our authenticity, and just we can stick here. But I do want to point out instinctually, because we want to fit in and we want to be seen as good in other people's eyes, but don't necessarily immediately change what you're doing. Okay. So just if you've collected this base doing something that's working, double down, triple down on what's working, kind of move away the stuff that doesn't. But it is funny that we always are tempted to be like, okay, what should I change to impress this new group?
Mm,
When they came for the original, the authenticity that for exactly what you're doing. And so nothing wrong with that. It's just how
no.
our brains work. And we got to work through that and figure out the steps to, um, the step 1, 2, 3. Don't
Yes.
hesitate. Trust yourself. Trust the process. Okay.
Enjoy the process
We're
too.
gaining our tribe, and that's awesome. So yeah, we could have had 300,000 followers by now, but they wouldn't be our tribe. We didn't want that. So it's special. So to answer, not that Ricardo was asking, but he doesn't need to change a thing. He just needs to pay attention to what is working, what's not, do less of what's not, do more of what is, and just be him, be us, be our show. And
Yes.
that's the real formula to success.
Yep. And I have to just take faith that the content's going to be good, that the
Yeah.
content's going to work and enjoy the process, not get in my head, not make it overcomplicated, not try to do anything more than what I've been doing. Just
Yeah.
continue to just deliver consistently.
Hmm.
Yes. And
Yeah.
make sure you follow us on Instagram and
Yeah.
Facebook
Force
at
for
Force for
growth.
Growth.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, man. What a great episode, Courtney.
Oh, that was fun. Yeah.
Make sure you take a leap of faith today, guys. Whatever you do, big, small, in the middle, even the smallest leap of faith is great. Get it done, do it, then make it happen. And remember to be a force for good
A force for growth.
and a force for greatness.
Yes. Thanks, guys.
Bye.